What up?
What up? Hey, how are you guys doing out there? We have a privilege tonight, at least in my opinion. If you don't know Randy Villazon, you should.
Yes, you should.
Oh, yes. Fast pitch media, folks.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. You out there in the softball and baseball world, you should know this gentleman. Because if you're interested in your child or youth going to the next level, this gentleman right here is the best in the business.
So he could take me to the next level.
Yeah, okay.
That's what you basically said.
Yeah,
you said
exactly.
You or your child. So
yeah,
I'm going to the next level as well.
Definitely. How are you, Randy?
Good. How you doing, Chris? Thanks for having me.
Hey, definitely. So you started your business, what was it, 5-6 years ago now, if I'm not mistaken?
About 6 years ago. Yeah, 6 years ago.
All right, cool. And you've had you've got to be over 800 ball players signed.
We're getting real close. So we're right up around the 780 mark right now. Yeah.
That's phenomenal. Congratulations.
Well, time out. So you're talking about ball players signed. We went right into it. What does Randy do? Let's start there.
Well,
so that people know.
Hey,
you got to get there.
Exactly. We are. Randy, you want to let everybody know what you do?
Well, I own Fast Pitch Media, and what we are is we're a skills video service. And what we do is we provide a high definition skills video for student athletes that want to add it to their resume when they send their emails out to college coaches all over the country. Now, we call this an experience, as when the players sign up and come out, not only do they get a chance to work with our phenomenal team and work with me in regards to a workout, but we make it an experience for them. We don't treat it like a clinic or a combine. We really take our time with every student athlete that comes out to make sure we get the best out of them. And I think that's really important. So once the skills video is created, we send it to them in an email format, and then give them instructions on how they can attach that to their emails, and they can send that out to different college coaches all over the country. Now, when I first started this, to be honest with you, because I have a broadcast background, I graduated with a communications degree. I was working for a major network for almost 22 years, and I retired early in regards from the network when I started this company. So I was doing both at the same time, and I noticed that there was a need for this. And to be honest with you, my daughter actually was a high school player during that time. That when I started and it started real small in my community, and this is where it all started, where we thought we'd put a video together, and kind of caught on in our community, and everybody kind of wanted to have one. So I started creating them, and then I thought that I was onto something here and within our community, and all these different high school players were requesting one. So I created this company, and I was doing both at the same time. So I was shooting like maybe 1 or 2 players on the weekends, and then I go to work at the network. And then what ended up happening was it just started catching on, and people were trying to book in advance, and it was just like more and more. And what ended up happening was I was telling my current boss during that time that, hey, I need some time off so I can focus on this. And then I really started noticing that it was growing to the point where I could actually brand it and create this amazing company.
The last time you and I got together was down in Las Vegas. You were doing some videos for some young ball players down there. Now, I know you do Northern California, but would you want to let everybody know where else you get to go and other organizations?
Yeah, before COVID hit, and we take COVID very seriously, we shut down when COVID took over and our country and the world. And my business took a hit. So, but prior to that, we had opened up not only just in Northern California, but we also ventured out to Southern California, and working with different teams all over the country, creating relationships, basically, that trust and that loyalty that I have with different organizations and different teams. They understand that they are going to get something, they're going to get this service that I provide with passion behind it. And I think that's what's kept us going and growing, is because we really believe in what we do and trying to help these student athletes. So we ventured out to Southern California, did pretty well in that market. And then Colorado came knocking on the door, and now we have a partnership in Colorado. Idaho also reached out to us, Nevada, and we have an operation in Arizona as well.
Wow, that's phenomenal. That,
Wow.
I'm so glad to hear that. And you know, even though you said that you shut down operations, I'm going to disagree with you, because you know why? As a former recruiter, it was awesome because I'd get an update from Fast Pitch Media. Hey, there's this player looking to go somewhere, so on and so forth. So you weren't just sitting there shutting down. You were still getting people acknowledged. You were sending out emails. You were sending out, hey, I got this player, I got that player. So as a former recruiter, that was phenomenal. And I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated that. So you were working.
I would love to share that process. Now, I was working in regards to making sure that I can go back to my library of players, if you will, and try to give them, try to be relevant and try to change, try to help these student athletes and help college coaches as well, to see during that dark time, if we want to call it, where everything was kind of at a standstill, where nobody was really outside because it was so unknown. And as we're slowly opening up, but during that time, I figured out a way where if I'm going to sit back and just kind of just be upset about everything shutting down, or am I going to actually continue my passion and use social media as a platform to say, you know what, I'm going to reinvent my way of promoting. And instead of just using my YouTube channel, I'm going to use my Twitter, my Instagram, my Facebook, and create these small clips of student athletes and say, look, this is who I have coming through with whoever I'm working with, all the organizations across the board, in every state that I'm working with. And I would promote and then so that caught on, and I was getting phone calls with requests, and I was getting kind of backlogged, but being very humble about it, and having that passion to make sure I can help everybody that I can. What ended up happening was, I also figured there should be a way where I can be better during this time that I'm going to be non-operating on the field. So I went back and I kind of did my research on, what would college coaches want to see that I don't have currently on the current skills video that I was already putting out.
Right.
And I noticed that analytics was a big portion of it. Mm-hmm. Now, we're not an analytic company at all, but we can help with a lot of players that use analytics, like, for example, a blast motion sensor or hit tracks or pocket radar, or something similar to those operations that they actually use, that players use, and they get their analytics from that. I had to revamp my whole look, and it took a lot of hours on creating the platform. And once I got it together, I knew that when we were going to open up again, when COVID was going to allow small groups of cohorts to open up, and small businesses like myself to be ready, I was ready to be off and running to help all the student athletes and families and coaches and just all the way around to just make it better. So I'm very proud of that, because I basically didn't sit back and just wait for, something to fall in my lap. I had to make sure that I was going to always try to stay ahead of the wave. And I think that that's important to grow, and also just to put a good product out there that people can, when they see my brand or they see Fast Pitch Media, that they can actually have, know that they're going to get something great.
Yeah. Have you felt that you've been getting a lot of feedback from college coaches? Have you talked to them and said, have they kind of brought to you, like, I'd like to see this?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now, that I haven't been able to see, because you started that way where the college coaches could see it, but are they giving you feedback on how you can even add more implements into what you did?
Absolutely. I think that's what makes it, that's a great question. And I think just picking up the phone, doing those cold calls. I think when you're growing, even though you're the owner of the company, you're still trying to be the best you can be to help and be better. And I think the way to do that is to communicate. And if you can communicate with everybody around you, especially the college coaches, and I make a phone call, and when I first started, and I'm making phone calls, cold calls, they would just be like, yeah, you're just a service, yeah, whatever. And I think networking and going to the college conferences every year
Yep.
was huge, because now you have that one-on-one.
FCA.
You gotta, yes, the NFCA. I think it's so important to go to that convention, because you could not only learn so much with that they have to offer, but you're also networking, and then they see the face, and then they see the passion, and then so now you're making, in 6 years you're making all these different contacts, and now you're calling them, and you're being honest, because sometimes I'll be honest with you, my videos obviously do not showcase the mistakes. They do not mistake the errors, and and I think what's important is that when I have my meetings with my players, is that I tell them that that is the most important part of this journey, of this experience, is because now with my relationships, they're calling me and they're asking me, like, how did we have so and so coming out, and we're interested in her, and we're just checking off our boxes, and you had her for 2 hours. What was she like? And I got to be honest, because I go back and I backlog all my experiences with every player, including attitude, and I think that's important.
I think that a lot of people, I've been in the recruiting side and being recruited, and there's a lot to one. I'll tell you, the attitude of the kid.
Oh yeah.
Let's go to this another step, because you guys are out there watching this, and I'll tell you right now, the parents, they ask about parents. What are the parents like? That can be devastating to a recruitment process. So parents, you guys got to make sure you guys are on your good behavior on time, and how you act as well, because college coaches ask about that.
Yep,
they do.
I'm going to share.
As in mine.
I love that you brought that up, because I want to share an experience that I had with a parent, and I think that I think the service that I provide is, yes, I'm running a business, but at the same time, there's got to be that protocol of respect of each other, and player, parent as well. And I had one occasion where a player and a parent weren't getting along, and there was some, and I could pretty much deal with everybody. And you got to have that kind of that personality, and I think I have it. And you give them warnings, kind of like an umpire, and then but there's no, everybody that comes through fast pitch media is pretty serious about what they're trying to do. So it's very rare that we have a situation like that. Well, unfortunately, this parent and player were just, parent was shouting out because they weren't executing the way they're supposed to execute, and I just stopped production, and I dismissed them, and I told them it's not. And they're like, you're gonna leave money on the table? And I said, yes. I said, I cannot work in this type of environment. I already warned you, and you two, need to move on. And I had a day, and this was, again, this happened years ago, but I remember this day because not only that happened, and it was the only time it ever happened, but that parent waited until I was done and with their player, and waited in the parking lot until I was there. And it was, mind you, it was like 3 hours later, because it was a long day. And they just wanted to talk to me, but they knew how important it was, because it's that moment there, they knew that there was a problem. And it's not only going to get back to not the college coach, but it was going to get back to the travel ball coach, because the travel ball coach is going to say, where's your video? What happened? I'm going to find out anyways, right? So they wanted to kind of just start over again. And but that was a moment that I'll never forget. And you're right about that. Parents are so important in this piece. It really is.
Yeah. They can help and hurt you.
Truth.
They sure can.
Oh yeah. You and I have both seen it. Well, but you're also selling yourself short, because you were a college coach as well. So, you're a damn good college coach. Excuse my French, but
well, where did he coach?
He was at Ohlone College.
Up there you go. That's what we need to know.
Yes.
I mean, that's fantastic.
And where else did you coach? You were gonna do a stint where else?
I interviewed for Academy of the Arts. I was gonna be assistant there when Steve Aranda was there, and I got hired, but then COVID hit, and I just and it was okay. I mean, it's all worked out. It's an exciting time right now in regards to just helping and knowing so many. So yeah, I mean, I think coaching, being around it, I started just like anybody else. I think I'm a sponge, just like these players are, these young minds, because when I'm around coaches like yourself, and just around the whole travel ball world, college world, I think, we don't know it all, and I think we could always listen to try to be better. And yeah, so I coached for about 10 years at the varsity level here locally in the high school. And then I went off to Ohlone College. I coached there for about 3 years. So yeah, it's been a great passion of mine, and I continue to do it. I mean, every day you know, um, I always spend at least an hour out of the day, with the kids being home. PE is with me, and we ride our bikes to the field, and we take our ladders and our hurdles
Love
and our
it.
tees, and I mean, it's really cool. Like today, I was and I know I think it's good that people could understand that I'm also a dad, and I'm passionate about just family, because I think that's important too. And we were playing. So when I get home, my wife's home, she's cooking dinner, and my son says, "You're a good daddy, and you're a great coach." And I mean, he's 7 years old. It's like those are the moments that you just,
Oh my God.
it's just awesome. Yeah.
So let me ask, I kind of want to talk about, because it's going to be exciting right now. The sports are opening up out here in California. So, and we're talking about baseball, softball, which is right in your line. Have the calls started hitting? Are you getting more active? What's happening as we're in the next few weeks? Things are starting to go. Not necessarily baseball. Well, say baseball, softball starting to go.
Definitely. That was what I was. My next question. That's perfect.
Next. I mean, what's happening next? What do you see?
Well, I mean, the phones obviously are always open, and it's happening. They're calling and they're just asking, obviously trying to be within the guidelines. Still a lot of 21s available, 22s available, graduating years, and I think that's the most important part, is that what they're looking for. But it's also kind of a crazy time, because it's a crazy time with the fact that a lot of the student athletes that are returners, these rosters are kind of heavy, right? Because they're returning, and they get another year of eligibility. So it's I see the JC level, the junior college level, expanding their rosters immensely. I think it's pretty amazing to see that.
Yeah, I like it. I actually like it. I really do. And it seems like there's a little bit more competition at that JC level, and competition is phenomenal. I'm loving it.
I'm seeing a lot of great players that I think could play at a 4-year level.
Yeah.
Are understanding that, hey, this is not going to go away quite yet, and the vaccines are just they're rolling them out. And I think a lot of families are playing it safe, and they're going the JC route. And I'm like, today I saw a player just committed, and it from a pretty big organization to a JC, and it's good. It's good to see that.
That too, and the education right now in California, for your first 2 years of JC is free.
Yeah.
So you're doing that, and then you can highlight yourself at a really good competition, right? Like we're talking about. And that's the 4-year colleges are going to come and see them at a higher level.
That's right.
That's another benefit that these kids are going to get, although the competition's going to get tougher. So yeah, I didn't have a question for that. I just wanted to make a statement.
Okay, fair enough. Good. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. So I know you've probably are getting all these tournaments, and everybody asking when you're going to come out, if you can come out, all that kind of good stuff. So what does your schedule look like for the upcoming summer and fall?
Well, right now, I'm being very mindful with that, even though on the promotional side, we are not doing anything locally here, respectfully, only because we don't know. It's unknown right now. I mean, I think so. So in regards to that, we're being very, very careful with that, because obviously with the social distancing and the groups, when we come out and we have our booth out there, it gets pretty busy. We get a lot of you've seen it, Chris, where there could be a lot of traffic coming through. We work together at events, and we've seen both sides, yours and mine.
2, 3, 4 deep sometimes, and people just watching your videos that you put up so people can see, and they're like, their jaws are dropping on, oh wow, that's great. And then the big thing that I remember, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but the big thing that I like about being next to you at those was when you would see the kids, their jaws would drop, and then their mom and dad would step up behind them, and their mom and dad were speechless too, because the product that you put out is phenomenal. And that's not the only great thing you do. You know, you sit there and help these young ball players get recruited. Like you said earlier, you talk to coaches. I mean, it's your full service. And not only that, I consider you one of my good friends. So
Thanks, Chris.
that, that's
Likewise.
definitely the plus. The plus. Excuse me, I can't talk now. You got me all fumbling and all that. Jeez, I got mushy there for a minute. Ugh.
No, that's
But
good,
anyway,
man.
and
That's good.
I tell you what, Randy, that's a huge part of it. Period. Why I wanted to interview you is because I wanted everybody. Well, we wanted to interview you. Let me rephrase that. We want everybody to know you.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's here or in England or in Brazil, everywhere, because you need to get your name out there more and more and more. So hopefully we can help you with that.
Yeah, I think I sentiment that same idea is that, you know, when we're interviewing people, it's because they do some fascinating things. You use something that you kind of started off of an idea that kind of grew, and now you've built relationships that you're very trustworthy. And so I think that gives us the fact to go, yeah, contact. If you want to have that to help you move forward, you know, this video is to teach them, you know what, be good person.
Yep.
As well as a ball player.
Yep.
Parents, be good people as well as parents.
Great grades.
Great, you know, you can work with a lot of things.
Be a good team.
But I think the most important thing that we're showcasing here is that you've built the establishment in the industry and the relationships, and you're the great place to go to help people out. On that note, how much besides videos do you feel like you're counseling people through the recruiting process?
I think more than ever. Even today, we shot a promotional video today so look out for that. It's coming soon.
Okay.
This is our second promo we're doing, and basically we reached out to different organizations that we work with, and it's basically a wave. So this is not the first two that we've done. We have one already out, and then the second one just came through, and then we have a waiting list for the next group of organizations, and we pick a player to come out. So, but what I'm getting at here, to answer your question, is even those student athletes that come out and work with me or know me here locally or see me around, there's definitely a lot of life lesson opportunities that you can help these student athletes with, because, you know, depression is real. And with COVID taking away that high school, you know, we're here using our platform to make sure that we're going to let them know it's going to be okay. And we're here to talk to them and listen to them, mainly listen to them, because they don't really have anybody to talk to. And I think that's a great opportunity for us coaches here at Fast Pitch Media I stand here proud to use my platform to help and give back in any way I can. And I continue to do that. So yeah, definitely. There's a lot of student athletes that are going through it. And sometimes I'll get a text message, and I think that is the most important and humbling portion of me, knowing that I've created this, but it's just an amazing journey that I'm going through that I can help so many.
Yeah, and getting them on the fields is going to be a very healing process as well.
Yeah,
just getting back in the motions. It also could be quite a process as well going through there. So I know you'll be there as that happens. And I've been really. So, you know, I didn't know Randy, and, you know, you brought him along, and this has been fantastic. What an amazing interview and an amazing person. Very pleased to meet you, although it's on Zoom, and I hope to see you in the future. We can keep going down this road. So fantastic interview. I think this is great. Randy's awesome.
Randy, thank you.
Thank you. And we also opened up baseball media. So baseballmedia.net. We're doing boys videos as well. We're going to do a big campaign coming up soon, so they can check us out. All our boys are on there, and it's separate from the girls. Instagram, I would love for them to check us out. Fast Pitch Media, Twitter, Facebook, and our website, fastpitchmedia.com. But you could see all of our content. You could see all of the kids that are committed on there, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, so you could see.
Yeah,
it's
going to be here, down there, over there, all around. Okay,
we got you covered.
Yes, definitely. We're going to get it out there. We're definitely going to get word out there.
I appreciate that. Appreciate the interview.
Hey, thank you.
One last thing I want to add real quick. Taking my coach's hat off and my business hat off is my daughter. My passion for this game. It's given our family. She's the first generation to not only go to in our family to go to be a student athlete, but to finish, and she's graduating with her master's in April. We just booked our flight yesterday.
That a girl.
And,
Where are you going?
So I'm going to Alabama.
She's in Alabama. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, she's graduating master's degree there, and she played 3 years on her undergrad Division II. And what I love about her story is that everybody wants to play D1 and they all talk about it, but here's my daughter that got a chance to play at the Division II level, had a 1 year of eligibility, came back, and she talks about coming out of retirement, but came back, got her video done, and got an opportunity to go finish off her career playing Division I and get her master's degree. And I'm telling you, we have been blessed. She has been blessed, and I want to share that story with so many parents out there that are wondering, like, what do I do, or how can it be? And I think that's important too. If they ever want to talk about that, I'm here for them as well, for the parents too.
That's great. Well, congratulations.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
fantastic news. too.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey,
I'm so happy for her, by the way.
Yeah.
That is so
Thanks, Chris.
awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Yes.
Make sure, hey, anybody who's watching, make sure you hit up all those sites. Make sure you follow.
Oh, yes.
Hey, thank you for coming. Like, comment, subscribe,
All
and
that fun
share.
stuff.
That's what we always want you to do.
Yeah.
Keep this going, and awesome.
And definitely reach out to Randy for baseball players, for softball players. He'll get you well taken care of.
Absolutely.
Randy, one last time, what up, and thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Randy.
Thank you.